There are quite a few characters in the show I'm making overboard objects. This video's point is to go over each one in depth and hopefully introduce you to them and get you excited for the full show. We'll start with the show's host, this guy. Phil is a pretty down-to-earth and relaxed person, not a chill guy, but he does hold a bit of power thanks to him being the one that has the prize for the show. A notebook that whatever you draw on becomes real. If you guys have ever played Scribblenauts, it's basically the notebook from Scribblenauts. The next character is my personal favorite, Wilbur, a very creative and kind person. And a fun little fact about him is that he can reach into his box and pull out a random object once per day. The next character is Kelly Healer, this Band-Aid person. They're just a pretty normal, happy girl, but an interesting fact about her is that she is a lesbian. Next up is Cooper. Cooper is a relatively straightforward and generally nice person. He is a good teammate, and an interesting little fact about him is that he's possibly gone through the most design alterations out of anyone in this cast. Starting out as a dumpster fire, then turning into a normal dumpster, then turning into a trash can. Cooper is voiced by my friend from the YouTube channel Axis Fun. By the way, if you're seeing this, which you probably won't be, upload more. You haven't uploaded in like 6 months. Next up, I'm going to introduce to you Matthew. Matthew is a little button guy, and he's best friends with Ian, who is the team leader of the next team that I'll introduce him to you after this. And fun fact about Matthew, don't press that button. You'll see why when episode 2 comes out. Next up is Ian, the team leader of their team, which I'll tell you the name of at the end of the video, and possibly the character in this video that I'm introducing that has the most plot significance. Let's just say, he's not a very good person, and he is a bit of a scheme. Next up is Quinn. They're, as you can tell, a mushroom. They're completely blind, as you can tell by them not having eyes. And fun little fact about them, they're the only character in the show to be non-binary. Next up is Felix. This gas canister that is going to be voiced by my friend, Soda Bottle Man. He's pretty much just a normal guy. And fun little fact about him, he's based off the character Flames from the show Planet Hoppers. Next up is Smokey, the last character to be designed for the show. She's female and is a parody of Smokey Bee, who is very funny, and you should go watch her videos. We also have Paul, this purple circle thing, based on the character Simon from Mansion Battle. And you might think he's mute because he doesn't have a mouth like Quinn, but he can speak. Next up is Andy, a fun-loving pile of pancakes with a weirdly deep voice. He was one of the few characters that I thought of the name of before I actually thought of the object. And he is also the first to die when he is shot by Ian about 2 minutes into episode 1. Probably should have mentioned this earlier, but Ian has a gun. Next up is Neil. If you can't tell just by looking at him, he's a parody of Neil Cicierega. He's not a parody. He's based on Neil Cicierega and his band Lemon Demon. And he's also actually just a demon. Like actually just a demon that looks like a lemon. Now, without further ado, let's meet the teams. No, not like that. Alright, on team 1 we have Wilbur, Kelly, Cooper, Andy, Neil, and Paul. And they are many shapes and sizes. While on team 2 we have Ian, Matthew, Smokey, Catherine, Quinn, and Felix. And they are the Alcoholics. Trust me, that name will make more sense when the video releases. The show takes place in Colorado. Humans do exist in this world. In fact, Drunken Documentaries is a channel me and my friend post skits on sometimes. They're mostly live action, and there's a show coming to Drunken Documentaries called The Sidequesters. Sidequesters is canon. It doesn't happen in the same world as Overboard Objects. But this takes place in a town called Townsvilleburg, Massachusetts, is where Drunken Documentary show takes place, and Overboard Objects takes place in Colorado.